Greetings, light workers and black sheep. Hello, Miss Dawn. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to run over too late. Thank you for joining. I did not put an announcement out either because I've been using my phone. I will do that on Thursday. But I was saying, like, greetings, light workers and black sheep. And for those of you who are the black sheep and you feel like you're the black sheep of the family, please leave that in the message section because I'd be curious to see. I know through my whole life, whenever I'm like, yeah, I'm like the black sheep of the family, people are like, oh my gosh, me too. So yes, so if you could leave that in the message section, you know, because being the black sheep, we're different and it's great to be different. It's not good to be different, it's great. So please hit the like, subscribe, because I really want to build my subscribers up. I'm shooting for at least 1,000 right now. Of course, I want to go a lot more than that, but let's start 1,000 at a time. And for everybody, like Miss Dawn, I'm so glad. Like, you're part of our group, part of our family, and it's a fun family. It's different, but it's great. I'll tell you, once I get my office together, it's fun, right, Dawn? We're fun. We have a lot of fun. When I say it's fun, as I say, like, God is the boss, Jesus is the manager, and Archangel Michael, head of security. They are so much fun. They are so much fun. Exactly, lots of fun. Thanks. Exactly. They're so full of love that it's unbelievable, which is actually something I'm going to talk about because I'm going to thank everybody for listening to my podcast. And I'm going to say this. Hello. I'm going to say this for those of you who are joining me live and then are going, and those of you that are hitting the replay, you're doing so obviously because you were sent to hear this. And there's a message in this podcast for you. It was the same thing when I had my website. I've had people say to me that they would wake up in the middle of the night, let's say to go to the bathroom, and they walk by their desk and they're like, what? Who's that lady? Why is her website on my computer screen? God will send you where you need to be. Signs. Okay, so enjoy it and always listen to what the message is. Because if you're watching this, you're a light worker. Definitely. Light workers are people that have come here to help as many people as possible. You're a good person. You know, light workers have hard lives. It does get easier as we get older, supposedly, right? But you're a light worker. I also like to say that we are Christians, but we're the kind of Christians, let me put it to you this way. And I hate to keep saying this in each one of my podcasts, but I want you guys to know that I've always had a very close relationship with God and with Jesus. Always, since I was a little girl. Because remember, my mom was really sick. And she passed away when I was almost 8. So I was pretty much on my own after that. So my parents were the other side. So the God that I know and the Jesus I know, they want us to be kind to ourselves, but to others. They want us to make a good difference. And sometimes a good difference is just by helping another person, by maybe fixing them a plate of food. It's simple to be kind. And then, like I said, the other thing is helping others. Help your fellow man. And it doesn't matter what their religion is, what their race is, what their sexuality, who cares? But no, that person's loved by God too. So technically, we're like brothers and sisters. So help each other. Because I am going to tell you this. if you have churches that are saying, oh no, you can't wear certain clothes and you can't tune in on the sixth sense. I mean, even though that's a God-given gift with the rest of your senses, others will tell you, well, it's in the Bible and it says it's of the devil. Well, you got to read like a whole bunch of things in the Bible, because it's funny how like the men and the kings, why was it okay for them to go to fortune tellers? Anyway, again, those people that tell you who you can talk to, what you can wear, what you can eat, how you're supposed to live, where you're supposed to spend your money. Now, I'm going to throw some scriptures, because if my memory serves me correctly, thou shalt not have false idols. So the God that I know and love, and I'm sure you do too, Jesus, I'm sure all of you who have a close relationship know Jesus is cool. He gets mad, okay, but he's cool. But they don't care like what you're wearing, if a woman wears makeup or stuff like that. And then like even like using your sixth sense, talking to your deceased loved ones. I don't know how that's a sin. It brings love. And what if the deceased loved one, which they do, they have messages for their people here? So is that not allowed either? Anyway, so you guys get my point. The people who give you those kind of messages that what you can and can't do, they are idols. They're the ones that aren't allowed. So on that message, tonight what we're going to do, hello, Miss Jeannie. Okay, so tonight what I'm going to do is Adam Bramsky's mom, Adam, God love him, he has passed. But his mom said something to me months ago. And then I've been like asking questions and finding out from people like even that I know well. I take it for granted that it's so easy to communicate with people on the other side. I find it like easy. It's a part of me. It's like the same way that I use my eyesight. I just open my eyes and I see, or I close my eyes and I don't. It's easy. So that's why I'm able to do mediumship work. That's why I will call people. I call my clients with God messages, and everybody says, oh my gosh, how did you know that I needed it? And I say, God knows, and I'm just a delivery person. But it's easy because it's something I've done my whole life. Because remember, my mom was sick when I was young, so it was hard on her, and she didn't really have my father's help, so to speak. And she's a great mom, a phenomenal mom. Taught the best lessons that I wish like most children would be taught. But anyway, so Adam's mom had said, her first name is Patty. Patty said, yeah, but that's easy for you to do. That's not the case for everybody. So let's try something. First of all, the first thing is I'm going to ask, do you guys talk to yourselves? Here we go. I say that because when you are talking to yourself, you're actually talking to your angels and especially your guides, especially. And it's funny when you do that, for those of you who do that, yeah, see, Dawn, because you feel them with you. Look at it this way. If we are just left alone and we feel so alone, and I'm sure everybody's had times where they feel alone, I guess, but it's so natural because you feel them. And even like, I wonder if I should do it this way. And you're kind of set on doing it something a certain way. But then you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. That's because somebody advised you that it won't be a good idea. But it's not like that person's going to appear in front of you and talk to you the way that I'm speaking to you. It's a gift that we have, okay? Because really, on the other side, we don't speak, we do telepathy. You can even test your animals. Telepathy. You can even test your loved ones and your friends. Send out a message saying, call me, and watch, you'll hear from them. So, yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift that you have. So that's excellent. I know Jeannie told me, no, I don't talk to myself. And I was like, okay. And it's funny too, because I just assumed that everyone did, but everybody's different. Here's the other thing. Don't force things to come. Everyone is different. I feel it's easy for me because I completely trust. I can say that I've never been let down. The other side's never let me down. Now, I can tell you I didn't listen, and that was let down, but that was on me. But, I mean, because, we don't always like to, as an older adult, I just do as I'm told. I listen to what I'm told to do and guided to do. I will get things in dreams. I just do as I'm told. But I trust. Because when you trust, I mean, come on, you guys. It's like when you first have a child. You don't know what you're doing, but you trust that it's going to be okay. And that you're tuning into that child. You're tuning into the needs of that child. And you'll be fine. And you are. It's the same with living with someone who you fall in love with. You get to know each other. And I mean, yes, communication is important, but it's also you read each other's energy. And like, if your loved one, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, is like a little irritated, you just kind of, all right, I'm going to give you some space. I'm going to go, I'm going to go fix dinner or whatever. And it's trusting yourself. Okay. That's huge. But when you force something to happen, like, okay, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to hear what they're saying to me. That's like test taking. Okay. Because I'll tell you, if you want a good reading from me, please. I'm ADHD, and I used to go and take my test in the test center because all of a sudden you're thinking about everything. The ADHD brain especially, it's like all over the place thinking it could be this, could be that, this, that. So it's like, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. You're failing before you even get a chance to succeed. So don't put it on yourself. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through something. Okay, so to make it easier, I'm going to refer to the deceased loved one as he, although please know it's he or she. I would like to kind of target, this way it's like straight, it's clear, target women whose children have passed, okay? I mean, since this was like Patty did kind of get me started with this, and Adam, I just love Adam, and I feel Adam with me a lot. And Adam, I'm sure, is around us as well. But if you don't have a child, who passed away, then, use your spouse who's passed, use a dear friend, grandparents, anyone, okay? Anyone. What I'm going to do first is, okay, I am going to ask you to close your eyes and just kind of take a deep breath. You ready? You just take a deep breath, like in and out. Just relax. Think of the person that you want to see and to talk to. So close your eyes and call your child to you. You can even do it mentally. You don't even have to do it with words out loud. But close your eyes and call your child to come to you. What does he look like? How is his hair fixed? Is he wearing an earring or earrings? Is he wearing anything unusual? Like, is he dressed up or casual? What kind of clothes is he wearing, actually? Does he wear perfume or special soap? Can you smell perfume or a special soap? Or do you smell possibly even shampoo? Look at his face. Is he smiling? Look at the love. This makes me kind of tearful. Look at the love in his eyes for you. Just look at the love. If you feel you can't see it, feel it. Because I guarantee you, it's there. Now stretch out your arms and reach out to him. Try to touch each other's hands gently and just feel the love. And know that you two will always be connected and that he is going to be there for you when it's time for you to go home. And that's all you do. Like, you can even replay this and record it, this part of it. But the more, I'm actually going to do I can do a short video. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. And like, now it's kind of formal, you know what I mean? Because you want to learn how to do it. But you guys don't get to the point. You don't have to do anything formal. It'll be like where you could be watching TV and all of a sudden you just feel your loved one's presence. You just feel it. Okay, but you always keep in mind also that when our loved ones go home, so to speak, they're doing things also. We're always busy. It appears we're always busy. It's not like they're waiting and, like do with their fingers on the table, like, oh my gosh, when are you getting here? No. If anything, your loved one is helping you to accomplish what you're supposed to be doing here. You guys remember, don't get stuck. We all have things that are like trauma. I mean, light workers have trauma, and some of us probably have a little bit more than others. But despite that, do what you came here to do. Because you knew you could do this. Like I said before, on the other side, when you were looking at this life to pop into, you're like, oh yeah, pick me, I'll do it. Oh sure, I don't mind. That's why I was joking, saying, what were we doing? What were we drinking or smoking over there? Because, oh my gosh. Anyway, so it does get easier to do when practice. And know too that you're never bothering your loved ones. You're never bothering them. But remember too, that's what I was saying. Finish your stuff here. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Because remember, any piece of trauma that you experience, it's part of your path too. We're all connected. So like our children, our loved ones, best friends, grandparents, parents, when they pass, that's part of our path too. But you don't freeze because the pain is too great. You have to continue and move on because there's a reason. Again, you're all interconnected. So it's kind of like I know with some of the young ones, especially who go home early, it's kind of like, okay, I did what I had to do. I know it was hard, and I know it was hard for my mom, but now I need her to chop, chop, chop. Let's go. Let's go. You got things to do. And like, with the younger one saying, look, I went through a lot. I I've been through so much stuff when I was there, but you as my mom, we discussed that it was going to be this way. So do your job next. And it's kind of funny because they do get strict. Even the children. Well, they're old souls, as you know that. But just know, yeah, because you don't want to do this over. You don't want to come back and do things over, especially the hard stuff. The other side, like your loved ones you'll smell things. You'll smell flowers. Like when you're upset, you'll smell flowers. Okay, here's one for you. So I had gotten Ellie, she was a pup, and I always talk to my divine family. As a matter of fact, one night in a dream, I got that, you know what, maybe we should like kind of cut back with you a little bit. I was like, no, you're good. And I heard, well, but you never get lonely. It's like, yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm like, no, but I love you guys. I do. I love them so much. And it's funny because even like the animals, they all like crowd around. It is kind of funny. But I was walking Ellie and she pulled so hard. She's an American Beagle. An American Beagle. No, an American Bulldog. I never get it right. Sorry. She's an American Bulldog. And oh my gosh, the strength is ridiculous. So I'm walking her, and all of a sudden, I feel like her yank me. And I thought, wow. So in my head, I am seeing my fall play through. I'm going to go down, I'm going to land on my arm, and I'm going to break my arm. I've never had a broken bone, knock on wood. And I said, I know, I knew it. I kid you not. And I said this out loud. I go, oh no, I'm going to fall. I felt someone catch me. Literally caught me. Like they were in front of me and they caught me. It was like, here you go. And just pull me back up. Seriously. I would love to hear too if you've had that ever happen to you. Because it's amazing. It's so amazing. But it's so nice because we are loved. We're so loved. So, and you guys, we're going to make mistakes. Okay? Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Enjoy your life. Be kind. Be good to others. Even people you don't like. Just be good. Yes, Jeannie, yes. Going down some steps in the stairwell. Yes. And she went to lose her. Yeah. So Jeannie had the same thing, but going down steps, and she felt someone like push her back up. Okay, so you guys, for your reading, for reading with me or your chart, whatever, go to JanieDaily@gmail.com. I should have it on my page or a Facebook Messenger. Friday night, we're going to talk about relationships. It's going to kind of be a bitch lesson. I know that sounds mean, but it's like a lot of people go, oh, I don't want to play games. Well, you know what, though? It's not playing a game. But if your way isn't working, why not try my way? I think you should try my way. I think I've got a lot of experience. But am I married? No. I've been married enough, and I love my life how it is. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's not because of a lack of I could be very happily married if I wanted, but I don't. That's not my choice. But I have experience, a lot of experience in relationships. So I can help you. That's Friday. I don't do Thursday nights, but Friday at 7:30. And if you can't join me live, of course, it'll still be posted. Remember, too, November birthdays, 20% off. So don't forget that. And you guys, thank you so, so much for joining me. And again, you guys, if you have questions or any topics you want covered, let's do that. Definitely let's do that. So, oh, okay. Something else for next Tuesday. Archangel Michael. If you want, ask to see Archangel Michael. Ask to see Archangel Michael. Give him permission to appear and pay attention. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night, and thank you so, so much for joining me. I do appreciate all of you, and I send to you all much love and many, many angel blessings. Good night.